Rubina. So with Trump saying that the tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum could be stacked, just how damaging could this be?
Well, it would mean that the 25% tariff that they just announced that would come in March would be stacked on top of this overall tariff that they have been suggesting on all goods and services coming from Canada. So, for example, steel would have a 50% tariff, aluminum the same 50% tariff, and that is going to immediately make everything that you use steel and aluminum for more expensive, from appliances to cars to cans to military gear. Everything will become more expensive to make in the United States, and if we retaliate, here in Canada as well.
Yeah, and Rubina, I know we're seeing a lot of panic buying. There's some reports about that, right? To your point, that the people are worried about, buying a new car or a new fridge. If they wait a couple of more months, how much more expensive is it going to be? And also, there's a new report out from the Canadian Chamber of Commerce on the cities that might be hit hardest by these U.S. tariffs.
Yeah, just 2 points on that, Jeff. Don't panic buy. Remember back to the pandemic when we sort of hoarded a lot of items that were unnecessary. Only buy things that you can't afford. I know my dad recently bought a new air conditioner because he's worried about the cost of it going up if it breaks down. And that is something that I think doesn't really need to happen until that appliance or that machine breaks down. The places that are going to be most affected, Saint John, New Brunswick, 80% of the oil that they refine is sent straight to the United States. Places like Windsor, Ontario, where a lot of cars are built, are going to be affected. Places across the country that are border towns. Remember, we do a lot of cross-border trade with the United States. And even though we buy as much steel from them as they buy from us, because we are spread out across this very, very thin border, 3,000 kilometers, most of the stuff goes across the border rather than being trucked from British Columbia to Quebec, which would be very expensive to do.
A lot on the line. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Rubina.